Welcome to Your Life Matters New Beginnings podcast. I am Lisa Henry.
And I am Winnie Wallace. And we are here today because we wanted to bring more information on mental health. Your mental health, how it affects you, your mental health, how it affects people around you. Your mental health counts. So today we're just kind of going to do an introduction to our program. Nothing really heavy. First, I introduce both of our credentials to you, though, so at least you know that we do know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So I'm a licensed professional therapist through the state of Michigan, and I've been working in this field for probably a good 25 years. And each year is always different because the mental health issues just continue to grow and grow.
So I am a licensed master of social work, and I have been working in the field of mental health for about the past 10 to 12 years.
Okay. Yeah. So we really want people to understand, because we both have we are in the same field, but we do have different credentials that we carry. But we are fully licensed to do mental health work with people who are struggling with their mental health. And so I really wanted to bring this podcast to you because especially we want to get the word out. There are so many issues with mental health. Sometimes there's a lot of shame that goes with mental health, and it shouldn't be. And that's why we're here to work through things and to help you feel more comfortable. Everybody has some issues that they've dealt with. And so it's not an isolated event that it's just, this person has it and we need to keep them on that side or whatever. We need to be aware that mental health is, people have mental health issues a lot, and they don't know what to do with it. And they're ashamed to tell people because they think they're going to be made fun of, or for whatever the reason may be. So we really want to make people aware of mental health. We want to make them aware of how to handle issues when they come up. We also want to make sure that people feel comfortable with talking about it. And then one of the main things too that we wanted to do was we wanted to make sure that the churches, people in church, pastors and those who work in the church, we want to make sure that they really get a clear understanding of what goes on with people when they say, hey, I have anxiety, or I have depression, or I just can't stand watching the news anymore because I can't stand what's going on, and social media has got me tied up. I'm on that all the time. I can't sleep. I'm just binging on food. And so we want to give them some good skills. It takes a village, just like it takes a village to raise children. It takes a village when we're working with people who have mental health. So therapists can't do it by themselves. We need our church partners. We need people who are in their families. We just need people to be supportive of those who have mental health issues.
Yeah, it takes a village. And like you stated before, there's a lot of stigma around mental health. And within our churches, I really believe that especially individuals may be afraid to come forward because it can present as if I have a lack of faith, or I'm dealing with these things because I'm not doing something that I need to be doing. And true enough, there is support that is needed. And so I'm glad that we're able to talk about mental health and giving individuals an opportunity to hear and learn about it in a non-intimidating way.
And sometimes, depending on what the diagnosis is, sometimes we have people who have schizophrenia and they do see things, or we have people who can be psychotic, and it just is scary when people tell you they see things that aren't there that you don't see. Sometimes a person who's not used to dealing with that may say, I don't know what I can do with that, and they run the opposite direction. Well, we want to help people be able to support people who are having those issues, because there's nothing that they can help. I mean, sometimes they don't even know when these things are going to happen. So we really want to make sure we have a clear understanding, and just want to be supportive of the mental health. We just want to be supportive of those who have mental health issues. So we will be having special guests come out to join us. We're going to have some of the psychiatrists come in, and we're going to work with some of them so that they can let you know how the medication works with different diagnoses. We're going to have other therapists who will come on. We're going to have the public come in, and if they want to talk about things that they deal with mental health. We're going to have them come in. And some people have been some great overcomers regarding their mental health issues. So this is actually a podcast. Today we feel a little formal because this is our first one, but eventually it's going to be like a roundtable discussion, and that's more so what we want. And then we want the public to be able to come in and also ask questions. But when I talk about people being an overcomer, they think that some people don't know that I'm very transparent with my own self. I used to have anxiety and depression. Depression wasn't quite as bad, but the anxiety was bad. I had panic attacks, and before I understood what was going on, I struggled with that. And so just talking to different people, even though we're in the profession, there's a lot of people who still have issues that they deal with, and there's no shame in that. The shame is when you don't get help for your mental health issues. So we do different techniques and different skills with managing mental health diagnosis and behaviors and things like that. But I really wanted Lisa to talk about how she handled some of the things that she went through and the results of it, because when I talked about being an overcomer, Lisa is actually a songwriter and a recording artist, and she has just produced 4 new singles.
So I just released.
You released one, but you have 4 that you're working on.
Yep.
3 more that you're working on. And the songs that she's working on, I want her to talk about that because this is her journey. But I've been able to go on this journey with her, and it's been very exciting, and I'm really very appreciative for that. And I will continue to go on this journey with her as long as she has me. But the words, I want you to just talk about how you became a songwriter, how that actually ministered to your soul, and where you got the idea from. And
and so absolutely. And I know you were bringing this in because we were trying to tie in how music and mental health works together. And Winnie and I work with individuals all the time, and one of the coping skills that we use is music. And all of us use music in some shape or form to cope with different things, you know. And so for me, the music that I write is music that is empowering, that is uplifting. This first single that I have just released is called I Am a Winner, and it's a song of empowerment. It talks about the challenges that we go through, the struggles that we go through, and that we are winners, that we do not have to throw in the towel on those things that may seem overwhelming, but that we can overcome. And so I'm really excited about that. I have other songs that I am working on and excited about that. I've had my own journey as well with trauma in my past, just dealt with mental health in my family. And so that is what pushed me into this field. I believe that the Bible talks about all things work together for the good to those who are called according to God's purpose. And the challenges that we face in life push us towards that purpose. You know, we can find purpose in that. And so within our struggles, the things that we go through, and when we overcome, then we are to reach out and to help others.
Yeah, and that's a great statement, Lisa, because I really do believe that we end up going through things just because, we're both Christian women, and so women of God, and so you will hear us talk about that during our session. But actually, when we're working with clients, a lot of times we don't always. I do Christian therapy. Do you do Christian therapy where
Christian
you're at?
counseling?
Christian counseling?
Yes, I'm a Christian and I provide counsel. And if that is something that individuals want to incorporate in their treatment, then we incorporate that. And if not, then it's not my place to enforce or force my values upon others. We can work with anyone regardless of what they're going through. The whole goal is to help support them work through those challenges. Right.
So as we do Christian counseling and as we do counseling just from other areas of expertise, you'll hear us say sometimes that, I personally feel that, and I do believe that we go through things. God allows us to go through things. In Psalms it says that we go through things, but we don't stay stuck there. So that's one of the purposes of when we do counseling, is that we know everybody's going to go through things, but we don't want you to stay stuck there. So because we've gone through our own journey with depression, anxiety, other mental health issues in our families and in our friends' families, it helps us to have a better understanding when people come to us and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Okay, fine. It's non-judgmental. All of this is non-judgmental. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to be heard. We want to make sure that your issues and your problems are being brought out. And that way we want to give you solutions to and skills to work through those various issues. So we are just about out of time. We only have about 5 more minutes left, but I did want to introduce a couple more names who will be working with us as far as our journey goes with here. Michi Gray, she will be one of the people working behind the scenes. She is actually our office manager. And we have Kia Whitlock, who does our social media publication. And we have the Tatum brothers. We have Trinell and Trevon Tatum, and they are the ones who are doing our recording. So this is we're excited. We're home-based, but we're very professional. And so we thank you for tuning in, and we pray that you come back and listen to more of what we have to talk about.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Bye.
Past tries to taunt me and get me to bow wow, but I hear a still small voice inside. You can't give up now.